First and foremost, get the Most High hand. We're here another year. We're here another year. All praises. You know, there's brothers that didn't make it this year, so you know they rest with the Most High till kingdom come.
That's a blue bag for me, King.
All right. So the first scripture we're gonna start with, we're gonna go over the Lord's Passover in Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. As y'all can see on the screen, I got all the scriptures on the screen as well for those that's watching at home or will be watching. So Gabawa, we can start at Exodus chapter 12, verse 1, and we'll read straight through.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Read on.
And the household, and if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
And let me stop right there real quick. So the Most High, he's so gracious that, you know, even in the commandments of the Passover, he's telling us, you know, to look out for our neighbor. If they don't have enough and we have enough, we shall give it to our neighbor if they're poor, right? Not all of us got like that, which is why, you know, I actually acknowledge why camps come together and they all chip in for the lamb and everything. There's a lot of money that goes into this, brothers and sisters, right? So, you know, brothers and sisters coming together, making it work. All praise to the Most High. The Most High actually told us to do that, right? So that's a good thing. Read on.
Verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
So for those that are new, that's what we did this morning, right? We set up the place where we slaughtered the Passover lamb. You know, we got the Passover lamb. We brought it over here. We roasted with fire. So all that we do as part of the preparation to keep the Passover. Okay, read on.
Verse 7. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roasted with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Read on.
Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof.
Come on, read on.
And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
Right, that's important. So the Most High commanded us that nothing shall be left until the morning. If you're keeping the Passover, whether it be at a brother's house, a sister's house, or a place where y'all rented, once that Passover is done, right, you can't leave no lamb behind. Everything shall be burnt with fire. Okay, read on.
Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
Right, in haste. Why do we eat it in haste? Because we were being chased by the Egyptians at that time. So they were coming for us. Right. They were coming for our heads, so to say. Yeah, come on.
Let me just add to that too. After the Most High smote the Egyptians, they was waiting for Pharaoh to say go. They themselves was knocking on our doors. Get out. Get out. We don't want to see none of you Negroes up in here.
Gone another one. Yeah. Read on.
Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh.
Now this is one part I want you to understand as well. The Most High said he's going to smite all the firstborn of the land of Egypt. He didn't say they got a chance to repent. He didn't say you could be saved and all this stuff, right? All the firstborn got judgment, Why? Because the Most High judges us as nations, as a whole. Just like the righteous of Israelites, they went into captivity. All the Egyptians, they got the judgment as well. But we'll expound on that a little later. Read on.
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the house where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
Right. When you check it out, man, them Egyptians, they were oppressing the hell out of us, man. Right? Hard labor, especially when Joseph died. They didn't know Joseph. So at the time, when Joseph was there, we was good, right? Because the Pharaoh was working with him. The Most High showed Joseph the interpretations of his dreams. But after Joseph died, the next Pharaoh that came through, he had no mercy for us, man. So the Most High had no choice but to judge him because they wouldn't let us go. Read on.
Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
Ton, you want to say something?
I mean, that's self-explanatory. Keep it as a feast, an ordinance forever. So I don't know why, like, when you're in a Christian church, they see this and they nullify it. All right, because this is an ordinance that we have to keep forever, according to how it's said to be done here. Not Jesus, not Yahushua is the Passover, so now you don't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's Yahushua is the Passover, but you still got to do this.
Right.
Too, you understand?
Right. Yeah. And another thing too, it says feast of unleavened bread. That means you're supposed to have unleavened bread with your breakfast, your lunch, anything you eat, and you're supposed to be feasting with unleavened bread with it.
Right.
Because it's called a feast.
Con of the one. Con, read on, Lord.
Verse 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
Con, read on.
And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you.
Right, and the Most High, this is why, we in captivity now, but the Most High, he acknowledges when brothers make the sacrifice to take a day off to celebrate the feast day. Right? That's a hard thing to do in captivity. That ain't no joke. That's a hard thing to do. So to take a day off knowing that, listen, I got bills to pay, America's not going to lessen my burden because I'm keeping the feast days of the Most High. Right? That's a big sacrifice. So the Most High acknowledges that, right? And also he blesses you in situations that sometimes we don't even see coming. So, shout out to you brothers taking the day off, if you could, to actually keep these feast days, man, because the Most High commanded us to do so. And this just shows the level of sacrifice you're willing to do for the Most High, which is good. I commend y'all brothers and sisters for that. Read on.
And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
And just to echo what Tahan said, we're supposed to keep this as an ordinance forever. It's not temporary, right? Forever don't mean temporary, right? When the Most High says keep the commandments forever, it's keep the commandments forever, man. So a lot of people just want to be lazy and not keep the commandments, man. Do the commandments, do what the Most High say, and that's it, man. You gotta make it hard. Read on.
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Right, and a stranger in this context, of course, an Israelite that's coming from another land into your land. You have the tribe of Ephraim going into the land of Judah. Got the tribe of Judah going into the land of Gad, right? Because Levi don't got no inheritance. So on and so forth. So the Most High says that this is a serious commandment,
right? Whosoever shall have leaven in their house shall be cut off. That's how serious the Most High is with these commandments, man. Most High don't play, right? Read on.
Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all of your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread.
Read.
Can I just
Okay.
add something too? And why the Most High said don't have no leaven in the house? Because he don't want you to forget. He knows man might forget that, yo, listen, I'm going through this, man. Yo, let me go make this pancake or this thing or the
Right.
other and forget
You
that.
wake up, you're not really thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you have a routine already.
Right.
Once you have a routine, you're so used to it. Yeah. It's like, oh man. I remember my younger days. I slipped up a little bit and said, "Oh man, I ate this sandwich, man. I was supposed to eat it, man." But you know, as you grow in the spirit, you start to really focus on what's going on. So, all praises. Come, read on.
Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to all your families, and kill the Passover.
So, brothers and sisters that's listening, that's new, may want to get understanding what Passover is about. This is what it's about, right? This is the requirements. This is what we're doing. We're commemorating the Exodus, which is what? The deliverance of the land of Egypt. Okay, it's part of our history. I don't know a human being that don't want to celebrate their history, especially when they're the winners, right? Right. And the Most High is on your side. I don't understand. Okay, so
that's something that's really crazy, because a lot of us kind of ashamed of our history in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you see brothers out here, he has the head wrap, you know, our fringes. They call us what? Power Rangers out there. I don't care what they call us. You know what I'm saying? This is my history, and I'm all about my ancestors. I'm not gonna let them suffer for no reason. You know what I mean?
Gone, and man, I prefer the turbans and the garments over the tight jeans any day. Over the Gucci purses.
We dress according to the scriptures, because the scripture said put on studs and wear your warlike apparel. And the scripture says young men used to wear warlike apparel, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Brothers come up with hearing them studs, man, and looking mighty, like, yo, we ready for battle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah,
y'all could keep the Gucci's and all that, man. Dolce Gabbana, all that. Y'all could keep that, man. Especially when they get in Manhattan for fake, you know what I mean?
Same look.
Same look, man. So, what I mentioned earlier is I want to highlight a couple of things. One of the things I want to highlight is the plagues of Egypt. Now, this is a good thing, because we see how the Most High has no respect to persons. He judges every nation according to their works. So the Most High plagued Egypt, not just the kings and the pharaoh, but from the kings all the way down to the servants, all the way down to those in prison. Right? So let's get into it a little bit. Let's start at Exodus chapter 7, verse 20. So the first plague we're going to read about is the plague of blood. Okay? It's interesting because what we see going on in America now, and the food, Iran threatening to cut the food supply and all that, it's kind of similar to what Egypt went through when the Most High judged them. So read that, King.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 7 and verse 20. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were on the river, in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants. And all of the waters that were in the river were turned into blood.
Read on.
And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. And there was blood throughout all of the land of Egypt. Right.
So now, if you know anything, of course, of basics of life, we need water to live. Okay, we need the rivers and everything, and the lawful animals that, like, the fishes and everything that the river contained in order to eat. The Most High, he killed all of the fishes in the water, man, and made the water blood where you couldn't even drink water. The Egyptians were dying of thirst. Right? They was thirst traps. They were dying of thirst, man.
So you didn't even want to pull up to the river.
Not even, yo. You could imagine the smell. It said it stank. So the Most High struck the rivers, and there was blood. The fishes, everything was gone. Right? Read on.
And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them.
Now, if you know anything about the story, Pharaoh was a hard-headed person, right? But a hard head makes a soft behind, right? So we gonna read more. Read on.
As Yahweh had said. And the Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to do this also.
I just want to point out one thing, man. The
Come.
Most High is the one that hardened Pharaoh's heart. You know what I'm saying? Because after you see your river turned into blood and the place is stinking, you smelling all that bad smell, you want to talk? You still want to go against the Most High? The Most High have to harden your heart for you to do that. Man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, yo, I give up already. My arm's too short.
Especially when you trying to drink water, you can't even drink water, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? It's crazy. So the Most High, he's a man of war. So, you got to be respected. Read on.
Verse 24. And all the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled. After that, Yahweh had smitten the river.
So that's the plague. That's the first plague that the Most High put upon the Egyptians, right? Let's go to the second plague, which is the plague of frogs. That's in the book of Exodus chapter 8, verse 5. Let's read that.
Book of Exodus chapter 8 and verse 5. And the Lord spoke to Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams and over the rivers and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt.
Now you imagine you come out your house, you see a whole bunch of frogs just flying out of nowhere. Right, especially the Egyptians. Here's the thing. The Egyptians thought that they were the only ones who can work magic and all these sort of stuff. And the Most High showed them, nah, you ain't, you're doing it on the left-hand side, but now I'm striking you, right, in righteousness with the same things that you involved in.
Yeah.
You see that? So he switched
I can do it more than you.
Right, exactly. Through Israel, right? Through the Israelites, through Moses in this instance. So the frogs is another plague that the Most High put upon the Egyptians. And listen, man.
Also the plagues that he put upon the Egyptians were disrespecting their gods too.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. Disrespect, because each and every one of these things there was a god for according to the Egyptians. That's what they worshipped. So the Most High just used their own false gods against them.
Can you imagine, man, we sitting here, man, and frogs everywhere, man, around you. You can't sit on them without sitting on the frog.
Man, listen.
Yo,
and they jump on you. They doing all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. Can you imagine? Oh man. I don't know if y'all ever passed through the Harlem. I think it's the Harlem River Drive. There's a section you always drive through. It's always smelling like stank fish if you're from New York. But that's what it reminds me of, man. You know what I mean? So the Most High done to play with, man. He used the Egyptians' own, sorcery against them. What's that?
It was Haket. Was the god? She was a frog-headed god.
Khan.
That's one of the gods of Egypt.
The goddess of fertility and childbirth in Egypt.
It was a frog-headed god.
Right. Yeah.
Khan.
Most I say, you want to worship frogs? I give you frogs.
Right. You feeling froggy? We're gonna make you leap. Right. So let's go into the third plague, right? Of gnats, right? This is in Exodus chapter 8, verse 16. Let's get that.
This is lice.
Lice, right?
Gnats / lice. Yeah.
Come on.
This is Exodus chapter 8, verse 16. And Yahweh said to Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
So see, it keeps saying all the land of Egypt. It wasn't just one section of Egyptians. It was all of the Egyptians. They all received these plagues. Read on.
Imagine dust. And imagine dust become lice, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. And dust is everywhere.
Yeah.
Con.
Oh man.
And you know how dust is, there's no telling where it's gonna go.
Go.
It's just dusty.
Yeah.
Right? The Egyptians were dusty. Right? Read on.
Verse 17, and they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with the rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all of the land of Egypt.
Read on.
And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not.
Read on.
So there were lice upon man and upon beasts.
You see that? So the Egyptians tried to do the same thing, man. They fell short. Their hands was too short to box with Yahweh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But read the next two verses after that.
Count that one. Verse 19. Then the magician said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of Yahweh." And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them,
Right.
as Yahweh had said.
Yeah, because he used to trust in his magician. The magician like, yo, we can't do this, man. Yo, this got to be God, bro. Pharaoh be like, I don't give a damn.
Con. It was the pride in his heart, man. He ain't
I'm
give a
just
damn
go
about
home
none
and
of
wash
that.
this slice off.
Yeah, that's what he thought. That's what he thought. I take a quick shower and it's gonna be gone. But when you read on, the Most High said, "It's a certain day I would take it upon if you don't harden your heart, and I would take it off of you." Right? But he still didn't do it. So that's the third plague, right? We got the plague of lice upon the Egyptians. Let's go to the fourth one. The plague of flies. Exodus chapter 8, verse 24. Let's read that.
And that's corrupt.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 8 and verse 24. And Yahweh did also, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the lands of Egypt, land that was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies.
You imagine, mate? Right now, one fly passed by my ear. I'm swinging all over the place. Right?
Oh man, you know, they sleeping in one fly bugs in one ear.
What?
Oh man.
Yeah, imagine a whole bunch of them, a swarm of flies.
Think
Think about what a fly is. They land on.
They land on, on
Yeah.
dung. Yeah,
And then
that's
if
HR.
don't piss on you too, man.
Yeah.
Yo, they carry yo. They're disgusting, man.
On
Come
top of the lice in that nasty river.
Now you got flies.
And frogs.
Yeah, the Most High playing,
And
man.
the thing was, when the Mosai removed the frogs, they had to pile them up in heaps. So
Yeah.
they was stinking. So you imagine, man, the river was stink, then the frogs died and was stink. The place was just stink.
Mm-hmm.
And what do flies do? They lay their eggs, and that turns into maggots.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Con. So it was just a whole bad situation all around for the Egyptians, man. Them dudes was not surviving at all. You know what I'm saying? So the flies, that's the plague that we got in Exodus 8th chapter and 24th verse. Let's go on to the next one. So we got the plague on livestock. Now, livestock is how we eat, how we survive. To have a plague on the livestock, that means people's going to be hungry. It's going to be starvation going on, right? So Exodus chapter 9, and we're starting at verse 3. Read that.
Exodus chapter 9 and verse 3. Behold, the hand of Yahweh is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon thy horses, upon thy asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain.
Read on.
And Yahweh shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is the children of Israel.
See, that's the favor that the Most High got upon us, right? Pursuing Deuteronomy 7 and 6, we are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Most High said, nothing shall die that is the children of Israel, right? That's how much love he got for us, man. Can you imagine the Egyptians, how frightened they was? Man, all our cattle's dying and theirs isn't?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Right? It shows you the Most High always shows his power, right, through the children of Israel by smiting the heathens. Read on.
And Yahweh appointed a set time, saying, tomorrow Yahweh shall do this thing in the land. And Yahweh did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died, but the cattle of the children of Israel died not one.
Read on.
And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go.
So we got the plague of livestock, and he still didn't let. He's still hard-headed. His heart was still hardened, right? He still didn't want to let Israel go. So we got to go on to the sixth plague, which is this plague of boils. Right? He still didn't learn his lesson. Let's give him another plague. Read that, King.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
And Yahweh said to Moses and to Aaron, take you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust in the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with flames upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt.
Right. The Most High gave them boils all over their bodies. This is something you have to go to the emergency room right now if you get that nowadays, right? Imagine the Most High, every Egyptian got boils now.
Them probably stink too.
And stink, right? You add everything on top of each other. They stink, they got boils, flies all over them.
Flies. No cattle.
No
You got
cattle.
Lice. They walk around with crabs.
Right, they
Got
can't.
blood in the river.
Still was on
Crabs didn't do it for you, bro.
Please stop this, yo.
God. It says in one part of the scriptures that even the servants were begging them, yo, just let them go. Let them serve the Most High, their God. Just let them go.
Yeah, they said, can't you see that, yo, Egypt is destroyed, man? What's wrong with you?
His servants was tight. Right? Read on.
Verse 10. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh and Moses and sprinkled it up toward heaven. And it became a boil breaking forth with flames upon men and upon beasts.
Read.
And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians.
Yeah, they see it says all. No, brother, it's just some Egyptians.
All the Egyptians.
98%.
All the Egyptians.
It says all the Egyptians.
No,
Right.
let's understand why this Negro, no, not this Negro. Let's read the 12th verse to see why this Hamite didn't want to let the children of Israel go.
Psalm 91. And Yahweh hearkened, Salakia. And Yahweh hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahweh had spoken to Moses.
See, the Most High is the one that hardened his heart, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Come. Let's go to the next slide, which is the plague of hail. Exodus chapter 9, verse 22.
Exodus 9 and 22. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch forth thy hand toward heaven, that there may be hail, in all the land of Egypt, upon man, upon beast, and upon every herb of the field, throughout the land of Egypt.
And you can imagine them hail falling on your head. Hail's falling on your head. It's hard enough to knock you out, like you unconscious.
You ever seen a hailstorm, man? I've seen hailstorms falling over the sky, man. Yo. And sometimes some of them can be like golf balls.
Breaking windshields.
Yeah, it could kill you.
Yeah, bro.
You saw the side of your head, man, yo, you finished.
So imagine that all throughout the land, just hail on your head, right? Read on.
Think about that too, man. They're in Egypt and they're getting hail.
There you go.
Egypt, bro.
Right.
Desert. Basically a desert, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Read on.
Verse 23. And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and Yahweh sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And Yahweh rained hail upon the land of Egypt.
Read on.
So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there were none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation.
And the Most High made that a part of their history. Oh my God, we never had this much hail or hail at all in all of our history. Most High stamped that and said, well, it became part of your history just now. Right? Mark that in the books.
And fire.
And fire. And fire.
The hell was with fire, bro.
God, them dudes was confused on the weather. They're like, what's going on? Right? Read on.
Verse 25. And the hail smote throughout all of the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, there was no hail.
So when the Israelites were, there was no hail, man. You know, it reminds me of some of the stories of like tornadoes that happened in the U.S. And you see it was a black or Hispanic baby that flew out, but nothing happened to them. Or even our areas, like Jake areas, that nothing ever happens to Jake.
I was watching a news thing, man. This black woman lived in the stone, man, and all the white people's houses around her got swept except hers. She just prayed, and the Most High just left her alone and her house. Nothing happened to her house, but all the other people's houses just got torn and swept away, man.
That's the spirit, man. You know, we even see it like in times now with the Most High, he protects Jake from certain things, man, and just let Esau and the other nations have at it. You know what I mean? All right, read on.
Verse 27. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron. Said,
Slocky, we good on that. Let's go to the next plague. So the 8th plague is the plague of locusts, right? Exodus chapter 10, verse 12. We'll start there.
Exodus chapter 10 and verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left.
Man, so them locusts, they ate up all the herb of the land. There's no crop to grow. There's no crop left for the Egyptians to eat. Read on.
And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and Yahweh brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there was not such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such.
So that means they haven't experienced a plague such as what happened in Egypt.
He said that there's never been locusts that were like them. So they must have been huge. Huge locusts that
not just that,
you never seen before.
The multitude of them.
Yeah.
They said they covered the face of the earth. I mean, you couldn't see the ground for locusts.
That's crazy. So you constantly, that's crazy, right?
They would walk on the ground without stepping on the flies when Moses set the flies.
God.
Verse 15, for they covered the face of the whole earth, that the land was darkened, and they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left, and there remained not any green thing in the trees or in the herbs of the field. So
after the hail destroyed a whole bunch of stuff, crops and everything. Then came the locusts, destroying it even more.
Finish it off. It's crazy. He's not leaving you nothing. Like your cattle's gone, your land is on fire, your river's done. You know what I'm saying? Your crops are done, like your fruits. You ain't got nothing. He's not leaving nothing.
Nothing, bro. And to be brought low from Pharaoh's position to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the. You gonna say something, Tom?
Yeah, Pharaoh is considered what's called a vicar. A vicar is he's the god on earth. According to the Egyptians, that's what they. So our power is showing you're not no god on earth. You're nothing.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean?
Calm. Yeah, man. It's that. Imagine being called the god of Egypt, right? Because you stepping down to this, the Most High not plague you. That's why he was so hard-headed too. He was trying to keep his servants. He was like, "Oh no, I can't. I gotta keep my power in my image." Right. Read that, Lord.
is Exodus chapter 10 and verse 21. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand towards heaven, and there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt.
Right. So
Hold it right there.
Yeah, good.
Yo, listen, man. Imagine darkness that you can feel the darkness. That's terror right there, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's dark. You feeling this darkness, so you don't know what the hell you feeling. Yo, that's terror.
You ever been out in a complete darkness? You can't even see your hand in front of you.
Yo, listen, man.
Like, yo, it's terrorizing. Like, you don't know what's next to you. You don't know.
Yeah, he goes, yo. You don't know if it's your imagination or if it's something real or what.
Just the whole scenario. You over here trying to figure things out, trying to feel the wall. What's going on? What's around me?
I could imagine the fear that these people, like the regular Egyptians, are having at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The type of fear that they must be going through right now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's don't play with the Most High, bro.
Come on, Lord. Because we're just reading, so imagine the visual or actually experiencing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could read, a person is starving, but unless you're going through the starvation yourself, you don't know what it's like.
Have you never been to real hunger, man?
Yeah.
Yo.
Right. I don't want to read, Lord.
Verse 22. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward the heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days.
That's cold, man. Everybody was I can't see. I'm staying in my room, bro. I don't even got no light. I got nothing. Right.
I ain't going to eat no food, can't go to the bathroom, no nothing.
Can't go to the river.
But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
Look at that. All praises to the Most High, man.
Get the Most High
hand, man. You know what I'm saying? We go up to the 10th plague, which is one of the most grievous plagues. This is the plague that made Pharaoh calm down. This is the one. Let's get that, okay? Exodus chapter 12, verse 36.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 26. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? Then ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed their head in worship.
Right, and the Most High in this sense is also telling us, teach our children our history. They're going to ask about, why are you keeping the Passover? What's Passover? What's the lamb for? What's the bitter herbs and all that for? This is what we're supposed to be teaching our children, their history. This is how you build up a child's confidence, knowing that the Most High is with them, and we have a rich history where the Most High was with us, right? Read on.
And the children of Israel went away and did as Yahweh had commanded Moses and Aaron. So did that. And it came to pass that at midnight, Yahweh smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
It wasn't just some, bro?
It was all the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
Nah, I think it was most of them, but not all of them.
All the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
Read on.
From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne onto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon.
Oh, that's a major cut. Get the Most High hand. That's a major cut. Now, if we understand that the deliverance from Babylon, which is America, is going to be a second Exodus, is going to be a greater judgment, how much more greater is the judgment upon the heathens if the Most High judged all of the Egyptians the same? Right? Read on.
And all the firstborn of cattle.
Right, from the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, right?
So
all of them.
Very animals that the animals ain't did nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. The animals get it too, man. It's crazy. Read on.
Verse 30. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead.
Just some houses.
Yeah.
Just some houses.
There was not a house where there was not one dead.
See that? The Most High is great, man. So he's letting us know that for us, like he said in the scriptures, if whoever touches Israel touches the apple of his eye, and he's willing to do whatever to show that, listen, you're my chosen, I love you, come back to me, and keep these Passovers, man. You know what I'm saying? Most High got us a great deliverance in the land of Egypt, man. How hard is it, bro?
Like, all the commandments are easy because most of them is you have to in order to break them, you have to actually do an action. You know what I'm saying? In order to break not keeping, you know what I'm saying? You got to do an action. So all his commandments are easy. I don't know why people make them, why they so hard up on saying that you don't got to keep the law and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All his commandments are easy.
Goes back to that scripture where it says, keep the commandments for they are not grievous.
Right, exactly.
Right? Great point. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. We finishing up.
1 Corinthians
chapter 5.
Chapter 5 and verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us.
Right. So as we keep this Passover, we're supposed to understand that we also got to circumcise our hearts. So we don't do the Passover just as a physical thing, but we do it as a purging out of the old leaven, so that we may become also a new person in Christ, right? From, improving ourselves financially, physically, keeping the laws more, studying more, whatever the case may be. So in our lives, for those that's listening, coming in, that's new, that's really what the Most High wants from us. He wants us to keep the Passover and these feast days in sincerity, right? Where our heart is circumcised, where we're not hating on one another. You'll be surprised how many people is keeping the Passover right now don't even like each other. Right. You'll be surprised how many Shalom. Yeah. Look at this nigga, man. I hate that. You know what I mean? There's just so much of that going on outside right now. Camps and everything, man. I'll be up 100%.
But that goes back to he's gonna sift through. He's gonna sift through all of Israel. It's not gonna be. He's gonna. That's the wild olive tree and the. You know what I'm saying? The good olives and the wild olive tree. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna sift through all of Israel. You're gonna be in these Passovers, but you're gonna get judged too. You know what I'm saying? You don't love your brother, you're gonna get judged, man.
It's unfortunate, man, that they have some leaders, man. They exhort their congregations to be unfriendly to brothers, and they're violating what the Lord said even in the book of John.
Right.
How can you love the Most High whom you ain't never seen, and you're gonna hate your brother who you see?
Right.
And the Most High said he done made man in his own image. Right. So
and ultimately your love for the Most High depends on how you treat your brother.
Right.
So you can't say you love the Most High and you treating your brother messed up.
Right.
Or you secretly hate him, but you smiling in his face. You can't do that. The Most High knows your heart.
That's why Yahushua said, listen, you're going to tell people, get away from me because, when I was hungry, you ain't give me nothing to eat. I'm in jailhouse, you ain't visit me. I'm sick, you ain't give me nothing. When that happened? When you did to the least of me?
And in a sense, that's one of the things, like, when it says when he comes back, the whole world's going to see Yahushua. In a sense, we all supposed to be like Yahushua. We all supposed to be like Yahushua. So when he says, when I was hungry, you didn't feed me, right? You're representatives of Yahushua. You understand? So that's why I say, like, what we what the world is supposed to see as Yahushua. Us. We all, you know what I'm saying? We as one, you know what I'm saying? He's one with the Most High, and we one with him. That makes us all one. We're supposed to be seen as Yahushua. Right. So that's why he said, if when I was hungry, you didn't feed me, because if your brother is hungry and you didn't feed him, he was, you know what I'm saying? That was Yahushua right there. You got to look at it like that. You know what I mean? You got to see it as that. You know what I mean? So
what would what the Christians say? They got this thing. What would Christ do?
Right. Exactly.
Right. It's like, what would Yahushua do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What would he do in that situation? And you're right. A lot of brothers, even in this truth, man, we keep it a buck. they'll look at that brother like that. Oh, I ain't doing nothing for that brother. Like you,
Right.
and you know, there's a lot of I love you, bro, but how did you prove that?
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Love
How
is
did you
an
prove
action.
that? Yeah, love is an action word,
bro.
man. You can't say I love you and I ain't do nothing for you ever in your life, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So all that I love you stuff, the scripture says a friend is known in adversity.
That's John
Right?
2,
He's proven.
John
That's in the
2.
Apocrypha. And
Show
John
me-
2 too,
yeah,
though.
Show me by thy works, bro.
Mhm.
Not show me, your faith by thy works, not by just saying it. Don't mean nothing. Just saying you have faith don't mean anything. You know what I mean? You have to show it by your works.
Come on, the one.
Yeah.
Come. Good. Can't read on.
Verse 8, therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
Sincerity and truth, brothers and sisters. If y'all knew, that's the most important thing, man. Being sincere and being truthful, right? Being real with yourself, being real with your brothers and sisters. Loving each other. That's the ultimate goal. Right now, if all Black, Latinos, Native Americans, we love each other how we supposed to, man, we'll create they can't stop it, bro. That's why they took down everything that we had before. They bombed it. They didn't let us have anything.
But that's one of the things they knew, that they had to separate us through certain ways, like skin color. This nation is this one, and that nation is that. They knew they had to separate us that way. Because if we get together, forget about it.
It's over.
You know what I mean?
It's over. Come on.
That's why the divine encounter is so powerful.
Right. Yeah, it is.
Come on,
It's
the one.
powerful.
Come on. Let's go to the next
Move
slide.
on before you get there,
Yeah,
bro.
go.
Give me John chapter 6, man. Can you get me John chapter 6?
He got you.
John chapter 6, I want you to read verse 35, bro.
The book of John, chapter 6 and verse 35. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst.
So Yahushua is saying he's the bread of life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead, Lord. Read on.
But I said unto you that ye also have seen me and believe not.
So back then when Yahushua was walking the earth, man, the scribes, Pharisees, and the naysayers, the haters, didn't want to accept Yahushua. Go ahead, read.
All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out.
So a lot of people that don't want to accept Yahushua, and the truth that when we teach Yahushua is not Sezer Bajir, they're condemning themselves. You know what I'm saying? And those of our people that don't want to accept the fact that they're the children of Israel because it's been beaten out of them by the Greeks, and they want to accept the white Caesar Bajir, yo, they're gonna get it too. They condemning themselves. All right. Jump to verse 45 for me, bro.
Turn that one. Verse 45. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of Yahweh. Every man, therefore, that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me.
So we learn of the Most High. We are learning from the Most High, and that's why we even come together to obey the commandment of the Most High to keep this Passover. Because, like it says, Yahushua is the Passover that was sacrificed for us. Because after the great deliverance of Egypt, our forefathers kept sinning over and over and over again till the Romans came in. When Christ came on the earth, the Romans had came and occupied the Holy Land, man. They divided up Galilee and Palestine amongst themselves. Pontius Pilate ruled in Jerusalem. Herod talking about he ruled in Galilee, talking about he the king of the Jews and all that, man. So when the book jumped from Malachi to Matthew, and I'm reading Herod, king of the Jews, I never realized it was a damn Edomite that was not supposed to be even talking about he's the king of the Jews. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua came
I
in.
believe the whole struggle in the New Testament is dealing with Edomites being in
Man, a whole lot of it, yeah.
I believe that whole struggle is like when you start reading into what is being said, you realize, he's not really fighting his people that much. He's fighting people that are in power that are not of the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jump to verse 48, bro.
Count on that.
We're going to read 48 to 50 something. Read that.
Verse 48. I am that bread of life.
That's what Yahushua said.
Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die.
So it's a hard thing for a lot of people to comprehend. But your words and your thoughts is the vibration. So when we say bread of Yahushua, when we eat the Seder meal, it's literally becoming the flesh of Yahushua if you believe in Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just thinking it's just bread alone, then you're defeating yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a matter of their faith. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of having the faith, man. Go ahead, Lord, read.
Verse 51. I am the living bread which come down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world.
Now, let's get some understanding here. This world is not talking about the entire planet. He's talking about the world of Israel. That's why when he said God so loved the world, he's talking about the world of Israel. He ain't talking about the world of the Chinese and the world of the Arabs. He's talking about the world of Israel. You know what I'm saying? The seed of Israel, the seed of Jacob that got dispersed everywhere. That's why he told them, yo, I got other sheep that's not of this flock. That's not of the Jews in Jerusalem. Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Lord, read.
Verse 52. The Jews therefore strove amongst themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat?
Yeah, they couldn't understand that. But then when Yahushua gave it to the disciples, he told them, yo, do this in remembrance of me also. So when we're doing this Passover, we're doing this not only remembering that the Most High delivered us, that great deliverance from all of Egypt, we're doing this to remember that Yahushua gave up his for us.
Right.
Go ahead, Lord, read.
Real quick, a man that didn't deserve to die.
Right.
Exactly.
He
a perfect man.
Right. A man that did everything the Most High said to do and didn't deserve to die, put down his life. Because we say, oh, a lot of people put down their life, but they deserve to die because they sinned. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua didn't sin. And he had perfect faith. He didn't deserve to die, and he laid down his life. He gave it up on his own will, of his own will.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Come on. And then if I could add to that, right?
Yes.
Just real quick, there's a saying that says, you know, a lot of people would die for a good man, but a good man would never die for bad people,
right,
or for the wicked.
Right.
And Yahushua was the good man that
died.
died.
Good man that died for the weak, for us
Yeah.
wicked people. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Word. Verse 53, Lord.
Can I bring this up?
Yeah, come.
That word that was in verse 51 for world is actually cosmos. It is G2889, and it means an act and harmonious arrangement or constitution, order, or government.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely not
getting
talking
understanding.
about-
It's definitely not.
I find that most Christians have no understanding.
Yeah. Most people understand the word, you know, but they can go to SeaWorld and look at the world of fishes in there. You know what I'm saying? Or the newspaper can tell them, or they can listen to the orange man talk about, oh, it's a third world country. So if it's a third world country, so how many other worlds is there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody, they don't penetrate because they're all dulled into sleep, man.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
We wasn't, you know what it is too, that growing up, we wasn't taught the real meaning of words, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because there's a layman's English and then there's the King's English. This is written in the King's English. So if you don't understand the King's English, you're not gonna understand what's really being said in it. So you have to really go and study what's the King's English.
But let me add to what you're saying, my Lord. Let me add to what you're saying. Even in today's world, politicians speak and lawyers speak,
right,
and people don't understand that's a different language. It is a different game.
Legally, it says the King's English.
You know what I'm saying?
They
get
taught in that language, and we get taught in layman's language because we're not meant to understand this thing. They don't want us to understand this, especially this book right here. The most powerful book on
exactly that's my argument with academia, man, because academia been brainwashing our kid Been brainwashing me and my children from, you know what I'm saying, from when I was a child. And then when I grow up, I got to send my children, and then you want to tell me I'm forced to send my kids to your public school for you to further indoctrinate my children with that BS.
Right.
No, man.
Well, I implore all of Israel, go get yourself a Black's Law Dictionary.
Yes.
And teach your children these words, man. Because I'm telling you, you do not understand when they're on TV and the media and they say something, it's completely different than what you think it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Go get yourself a Black's Law Dictionary, especially the older versions too, because they started learning that we starting to get into these books. You know what I'm saying? We starting to read, so they started changing some of the meanings or leaving stuff out. You know, so get an older version if you can. They're a little expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Verse 53, my Lord.
Count out of 1. Then Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you.
And this is the Pasach, a Seder meal.
Right.
That's what Yahushua is letting you know.
I'm picking up a bun, guy.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you keep talking. I'm just picking up a bun.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day.
Go ahead, read on.
For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed.
Now, let me clarify that one verse, right? In the Hebrew, Yahushua is saying his flesh is truth and his blood is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because the Hebrew word is amak, right? I'm going to read it right here. It says, Yahushua said this, Kaya Basharya, Bashar is flesh, right? Kaya Basharya, Basharya, my flesh. Hawa akal, amak is to eat truth. What dam is blood in Hebrew. So damia, my blood, shakwaya. You drink my blood, you're drinking truth. You feel me? That's what the Most High is saying. That's what Yahushua is saying.
You ever did the lesson with him on the Hebrew? Just breaking down the first couple of verses in Genesis is completely a different understanding of the word. One day,
one day, yeah.
That language is just
because like the scriptures say, man, it translated into another tongue. It just don't give it the right meaning.
Exactly. Right? So I couldn't resist bringing this up, bro, because Yahushua is saying his flesh and his blood is the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
I had to bring that up, bro.
Bro. Yeah, that's a good point because there's significance and symbolism behind everything we do. So
read the next verse, bro.
54 or 56.
Yeah.
He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him. As the living Father hath sent me, and I live by the Father, so he that eateth me, even he shall live by me.
So this is the thing that the brother was bringing up, Brother Tahan was bringing up earlier. We all got to be Yahushua and be one with Yahushua as Yahushua is one with the Father. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it at that.
That doesn't mean that we are the Father, like Christians believe that Yahushua is the Father.
Right,
He's just the perfect representation of what the Father wanted on earth. He's the perfect representation. That doesn't mean you are the Father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Christians believe that he is the Father. That's what they believe. And he came down in the flesh. If he is the Father, then his whole life means nothing to us. Because we cannot accomplish what he did. Mm-hmm. You understand?
That's the making it
right. The whole purpose of him coming here is to be an example to us. If he is God, then how is he an example to us? He's God. You know? And did he truly die? If he was, did he truly die, right? Did he truly die on the cross if he was God? No. He had to actually die and allow the Father to resurrect him so the promise of the Father would be upheld. If he was the Father, then the promise wasn't upheld.
Right. And That would make the Most High lie when he said that was his only begotten son.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He got himself. He's a son too.
Right,
There's two
exactly.
sons. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
You know.
So yeah. So that's So you want to get to the Seder meal?
Well,
Yeah.
before we get to the Seder meal, to hunt, bring your stuff. You know, Yahweh Shah said to
Give me
acknowledge.
Matthew 6.
Matthew 6 or 26?
Matthew 26. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Going off.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
No, don't read.
It's been a while.
No, the reason is because I saw 26 on the screen.
God.
6,
Yeah, 26.
26, and
Should we start from the top or start at 9?
You start from the top.
Start from the top.
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead. Start from the top.
Matter of fact, we gonna eat. We gonna eat the bread too while he reading it.
No, we're gonna eat the bread when
When we do the Seder meal.
Seder meal.
But we want to bring this out because
No, he gonna bring it out. He gonna show it.
like,
it's the book of Matthew, chapter 26, from the top. And it came to pass, when Yahweh Shai had finished all of these sayings, he said unto his disciples, you know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified.
so this is conversation he's having with the disciples, and the Passover is coming. Go ahead.
Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas.
As a matter of fact, let's jump to 9 because it's gonna take time. Just jump to 9.
Verse 9. For this
I'm sorry. Jump. Start at 6. I'm sorry.
come. Verse 6. Now when Yahushua was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box, a very precious ointment.
So this ointment was expensive. All right. She came on to him with this expensive oil. Go ahead.
And poured it on his head as he sat at meat.
She poured this expensive oil on his head. Right? Go ahead.
But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation.
It wasn't really his disciples, one disciple. Right? Because I believe Judas was the treasurer.
Yeah.
He was the treasurer, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, bro.
John called him out. John was the only one that called him out and said, yo,
why you pouring,
Judas.
Yo, why we wasting this precious oil? We could use this. Yo, we gotta mix it together.
Yeah, we could sell it for some money,
sell
man.
it for a lot of money. Go ahead.
God, expensive too.
Saying, to what purpose is this waste?
He's like, why are we wasting this? Like, yo, we need this. Go ahead.
For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor.
Yeah, we could. So yeah, that he wasn't really trying to do that. He wasn't trying to give it to
You
he
don't
was just
take
trying
it.
to keep it, right?
Yeah.
When Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman?
Like when he understood what he's saying, like you troubling the woman, she's
Yeah,
doing something.
yeah.
She's doing something good, you know. Go ahead.
I mean to interrupt right quick, man. He said ye. He didn't say why all of you,
Yeah.
why y'all. He didn't
Yeah.
say y'all. He said you.
Mm.
That means you know he talking to Judas,
Right.
man.
God,
You know what I'm saying?
God. That's true.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lord.
For ye have,
We had,
Slaki, I'm going to start back from 10.
all
When
right.
Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me.
So he's like, yo, she's doing something good upon me. Go ahead.
For ye have the poor always with you,
Right.
but me ye have not always.
Mm.
Right. That's crazy, right? Because he always preached, you know what I'm saying,
Indeed.
give to the poor and all of that. But he's saying, listen, I know the time is coming soon. You're not gonna have me for long. The oil, we can always get the oil, you know what I mean? But at this point, she's anointed and go ahead.
For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial.
Right. So because that's a tradition in Israel. Pour oils, preserve the body, whatever. However they do it, but that's what she was doing. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be
So
preached,
are we preaching the gospel right now? Yes, we are, right? We're preaching the good news. So wheresoever it's being preached, go ahead.
Wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there also this,
What this woman has done.
Right.
that this woman has done, be told for a memorial.
So
of
a
her.
memorial is
You ever
something
did
that
that
you
for you?
enshrine forever. Yeah, right?
Come
I
on.
thought you were going to speak.
Yeah.
That's
You
why
need
I
some
stopped.
water?
No,
All right.
I'm fine. I thought he was going to speak.
Okay. No, so for a memorial is something that is put in place to do forever. So it's basically saying forever, like in the previous
Yeah,
scriptures
like
in
the
Old
audience.
Testament.
Yeah.
Come on.
So we do this every time we get together. We're gonna speak. We're gonna go to camp. This scripture should always be brought out,
Yeah, this-
not just here. It should
Yeah.
always be brought
That
out.
scripture is always brought up
Right.
by some brothers in camp, man.
Right, exactly.
Always.
So we do that in memorial of this woman.
Khan are the one.
Yeah.
And shout out to him, man. He always made that important, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All praises. All praises.
Yeah.
You finish on that or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then you finish on yours.
Yeah, I'm finished on John. Yeah.
All right, so we go to the state of meal then. Matthew 26 and 26, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 26. And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body."
Mashai Hawashai.
And he took
Right.
You have 1 minute left.
Hey, buddy, if it hangs up, just call back.
verse 27. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink ye all of it."
Drink all of it.
Yudai Hawashai.
Verse 28. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when
Thank
I
you for
drink
using
it
Securus. Goodbye.
new with you in my Father's kingdom.
God, you good on that. We're going to take the bitter herb. We're going to eat it in haste. Woo.
With shoes on.
Woo.
I'm not sure.
Home master!
I'm not sure.
Home master!
I love it. Warrior.
I love it.
Then we end it with the prayers.
Yeah, that was
And the
nice.
prayers, and we go.